Have you ever been in the middle of defending yourself, feeling strong, clear, completely justified, and then suddenly your throat tightens, your eyes burn, and before you can stop it, tears start forming? In that exact second, one thought flashes through your mind. Why do I do this? You're not sad. You're not heartbroken. You're angry. You're frustrated. You're trying to stand your ground. And yet your body reacts in a way that feels like betrayal. The other person notices. Their expression changes. The power dynamic shifts. Maybe they say, "Why are you crying?" And that only makes it worse. Inside, you feel like a competent adult trapped in a reaction that makes you look fragile. Long after the argument ends, you replay it. Why couldn't I just stay calm? Why does this always happen? But what if the question isn't, why am I weak? What if the real question is, why is my system running so intensely? Here is the first truth no one tells you. You are not crying because you lack strength. You are crying because you care at full capacity. Most people argue partially detached. You don't. You care about fairness. You care about the truth. You care about the relationship. You care about your dignity. Your nervous system doesn't operate at 50%. It spikes to 150. And any system that runs that hot builds pressure. Tears are not collapse. They're a pressure release valve. When conflict escalates, your sympathetic nervous system activates. Heart rate rises. Stress hormones surge. Your body prepares for confrontation. But if that intensity climbs too high, your brain flips a switch. It activates the parasympathetic system, a mechanism that slows everything down. One visible byproduct of that shift: tears. Angry crying is your body's emergency cooling system. When a runner sweats during a sprint, we don't call them weak. We recognize regulation. Your tears are regulation. And there's something even older happening underneath. Your brain is wired to treat intense conflict as danger. Thousands of years ago, escalation could mean injury or death. So your system evolved a de-escalation signal. Human tears subtly reduce aggression in others. When someone sees tears, intensity often softens. Your body isn't sabotaging you. It's protecting you. It's an ancient bodyguard reacting to raised voices like their threats. The problem is, modern arguments don't require that level of protection. And that's where the shame begins, because crying during anger clashes with your adult identity. You want to appear composed, assertive, in control. Instead, you feel exposed. Then comes the second arrow, self-judgment. And often, that hurts more than the tears themselves. So let's talk control. When angry tears rise, your rational brain is partially offline. You won't remember 10 strategies. You need one. First, shift your gaze upward slightly and widen your eyes. This subtle change signals alertness and can slow tear formation. If intensity continues, engage your logic brain. Subtract 7 from 100. Then subtract 7 again. Complex calculation pulls neural resources away from emotional overflow. If your voice cracks, pause and say, "Give me a second. I want to say this clearly." That reframes the pause as composure. If tears are already visible, don't apologize. Apologizing teaches your brain that you did something wrong. Instead, say calmly, "I'm frustrated, not sad. I care about this." That sentence reclaims authority. You're not denying the tears. You're contextualizing them. And that is strength. You are not broken. You are not too sensitive. You simply have a high-intensity nervous system. The goal isn't to eliminate that intensity. It's to understand it, regulate it, and stop punishing yourself for it. The next time that familiar lump rises in your throat, don't think, "Why do I do this?" Think, "My system is cooling itself." That single reframe removes the shame. Because your capacity to feel this deeply is also the source of your empathy, your loyalty, your passion. You don't need to erase it. You need to manage it. And if you can stay present, even with tears in your eyes, and continue speaking clearly, that isn't weakness. That's strength operating at full capacity.